Hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. And yes, it's here, it's finally here. Titanfall 2's co-op PvE Horde mode, Frontier Defense. Returning from the original Titanfall. Most certainly new, and dare I say it, even improved. While recording this video, I know Frontier Defense has been out for a while now, and I've been getting several comments and messages on, where's the Titanfall 2 Frontier Defense video, Gamertron? We know you loved it from the first game. We know you wouldn't shut up about it not being Titanfall 2 and your excitement for it coming back in. If this was Frontier Defense just copy-paste from Titanfall 1 to Titanfall 2, then absolutely I would have had a video out in the first couple days or so. But oh hell no, Titanfall 2's version of a co-op PvE game mode. Its version of Frontier Defense is so different, new, and improved from the original that I just needed several hours of playing it, of course for my own enjoyment, but also just to analyze and take everything in, because there's so many more new mechanics and features and gameplay tactics to consider. On top of that, a whole new level of progression, an added progression system, exclusively to Frontier Defense with its own rewards. As if Titanfall 2 wasn't already a fantastic game, it got even better. A fantastic, simply fantastic, great video game has gotten even better. This makes me so happy whenever something like this happens with any video game. A good game just got even better. That's something everyone can celebrate. Oh boy, where to get started? Okay, Titanfall 2 Frontier Defense. So for those of you who don't know what Frontier Defense is, it is a co-op PvE Horde mode. But unlike other game modes and game types within that genre, Frontier Defense is remarkably intense and action-packed, getting hundreds of enemies in a single wave, a combination of human-sized minion enemies and the Titan-sized, well, Titans, with unique variations on enemy types exclusive to Frontier Defense not seen in the typical multiplayer or even the single-player campaign. In Titanfall 2's version of Frontier Defense, unlike its predecessor's version, where every single map had a unique amount of waves of enemies unique to it, every map of Frontier Defense in Titanfall 2 will consist of 5 waves, each wave slowly getting harder and harder, with more enemies, more varying enemy types, spawning in various locations around the map. And you have to defend an objective, this tower-like device called the Harvester. The Harvester has a limited, rechargeable shield that protects it from permanent damage, so you must use your skills and combat effectiveness as both a pilot and Titan to manage the waves of enemies that are going to be doing everything they can on a death march towards the Harvester. There are a lot of unique and dangerous enemy types that can absolutely wreck your team if you do not handle them with care, such as Mortar Spectre teams, robotic soldiers that place themselves on top of rooftops around the maps and launch a barrage of missiles at the Harvester, bringing down its shield. And then we have one of, if not the most infinite, unique Titan type for Frontier Defense only, returning from Titanfall 1, but this time as a big red Legion Titan, the Nuke Titan, which its sole purpose is to get up close to your Harvester and sacrifice itself in a nuclear detonation to destroy it. Managing all these different enemy types and determining priority targets is essential in surviving Frontier Defense and keeping your Harvester alive. However, despite the intimidating odds of your foes and the number of those foes, you have some unique additions and mechanics to take advantage of. For instance, at the end of every wave, you are awarded with some cash, and you can use that cash at an Armory station to buy several useful items. An amped weapon boost that has your weapons do double damage. An arc mine, which you can place almost anywhere on the map and stun multiple groups of enemies. A sentry turret, which is, well, a sentry turret. You know what a sentry turret is. Or perhaps an amped battery, which restores health and provides a shield bonus to your Titan. It's about time I started talking about your Titans, you know, the title characters. Even though the Titans are the title characters, I always found that in multiplayer, the pilots were always the stars of the show. And the Titans were just this really cool addition, this really cool add-on. However, in Frontier Defense, in co-op, in PvE, the Titans are essential. They are the stars of the show in Frontier Defense. How you use your Titans, what Titans you bring, are going to determine victory or defeat. Titans have so much more of a prominent role in Frontier Defense, for many reasons. First off, unlike Titanfall 1's Frontier Defense where you could switch your Titan and Titan loadout on the fly, in Titanfall 2, you are locked to one Titan. Once you pick your Titan, you have to stick with that Titan for the rest of the match. So coordinating your team on your Titan team composition is actually quite important. At the very least, on the harder difficulties. On easy and regular difficulty, you can experiment, you can fool around, you can really bring what you want, but if you aren't competently using your Titan, you're gonna have a hard time or even lose. Meanwhile, on the harder difficulties, what Titans your team brings, what Titan you pick, matters. The different Titans of Titanfall 2 have always supported different playstyles, but now in Frontier Defense, you fully have to embrace that playstyle and the role that your Titan plays. Whether that be damage dealer, tank, support, roamer, the different Titan types, the different Titan roles, the different Titan gameplay styles are now more important and need to be embraced more than ever. If you bring Scorch, you are expected to be dishing out that AoE damage to multiple groups of clumped up enemies. If you're playing as Ronin, you're expected to be out there, roaming, immediately engaging priority targets, getting in the enemy's faces. And if you're playing as Monarch, you are expected to play that supportive role. You're expected to give your friendly Titan shields, while also debuffing enemies in several different ways. All of the Titans just feel more important and integral than ever, and it goes a step further with the brand new progression system, Aegis ranks. Aegis ranks are exclusive to Titans and they're exclusive to Frontier Defense. As you play matches of Frontier Defense, you gain Aegis ranks for your Titan, and every time your Titan levels up in Aegis ranks, you eventually get brand new abilities and add-ons to your Titans that just completely change the way you play these Titans, and it makes them incredibly more powerful. For instance, with Scorch, your very first Aegis rank allows you to fire two shots from your Thermite launcher. It's so weird, I gotta tell you, it's so weird. I've been playing with Scorch for months, I've been playing with this Titan for months, and I'm so used to Scorch just firing one shot and then having to reload. Being able to fire two shots and reload twice, it changes how you play the Titan. And the Aegis ranks above that just make him more deadly and deal so much more damage. Meanwhile, for a Titan like Northstar, her Aegis ranks give her such supportive medic-like abilities. For instance, being able to deploy electric smoke that not only damages your enemies, but also gives you and regenerates shields, and a further Aegis rank upgrade has that shield regenerating electric smoke also work on your allies. Again, that's crazy, and it changes the way you play Monarch. And there's so many more crazy Aegis rank upgrades that I can't wait to unlock because they're so powerful and just, again, completely change the way you look and use these Titans. For Northstar, her max upgrade allows her to fire 2 cluster missiles. That gives her so much more DPS potential. With Ronin, I just recently unlocked the ability to use 2 phase dashes. 2! So many more tactics and options available to me now. But one of the craziest ones that I cannot wait to unlock is Legion's max Aegis rank unlock, which activates all of his Titan kits at once. Titan kits being these unique perks, unique to each individual Titan, but you can only have one active at a time. Legion's max Aegis rank upgrade has them all activated at once at the same time. Basically turns Legion into an unstoppable god. I cannot wait to unlock that, and I love this new progression system. Titanfall 2's base progression system was already excellent, and it's kept me playing for this long. Kept me playing it since launch. Almost a year. Over 500 hours into the game, just to unlock new skins for my pilots, Titans, and weapons. But now we have this all-new upgrade progression system for the Titans for Frontier Defense, and I know I'm going to be spending hundreds of more hours playing Frontier Defense, not only just for the fun of it, which I'm going to get into in just a second, but also to unlock all the Aegis ranks, to max out all of my Titans, so that they're all upgraded and powerful enough to take on the harder difficulties. I have limited experience with the higher difficulties, only a couple matches on the hard mode, and there's a master difficulty mode over that, and the even much harder and crazy sounding difficulty mode of Insane, which has its own featured playlist, which you need a Titan with maxed out Aegis ranks if you even want to enter. It's that difficult, and you need that power and survivability if you even want to survive Insane difficulty. But man, I gotta tell you, when it comes down to it, the bare bones, the basics, I love Frontier Defense. I love this new Frontier Defense in Titanfall 2, and you know what? It was worth the wait. This is an absolute blast to play. I love this. I'm having the time of my life. It's an absolute joy. This is one of, if not the most intense and action-packed PvE co-op Horde mode I've ever played. And I didn't think anything could get more intense or explosive or crazy than the Frontier Defense of Titanfall 1. Titanfall 2's Frontier Defense is just better in every single way possible. So many more enemies to kill in terms of number and varying enemy types. The viability of almost every weapon, every pilot ability, every loadout. I no longer feel punished like I did in multiplayer for taking certain loadouts against certain players, like, okay, this weapon, this ability, this perk, it's just not working out. These players just have better loadouts than me, but now as a pilot, I can take any pilot ability, I can take any weapon, I can take any perk or ordnance, grenade type, whatever. I can experiment, I can have fun, and I can kill hordes of enemies with them. The base gunplay, the base gameplay, the shooting of Titanfall 2 is already fantastic, but being able to experience it and mess around with it in a more casual co-op PvE environment, it's what I've always wanted. I really can't express enough how fun, how exciting, how exhilarating it is to play Frontier Defense. There's always gunfire or laser fire on screen. There's always explosions on screen. There's always titans and giant robots and chaos, anarchy on screen. It's a joy to watch as it is to play. On top of that, the new emphasis on Titans and the new powers and bonuses that come with Aegis ranks. They make what were already incredibly fun characters to play as, the Titans. The Titans as themselves were already a blast to play. But now I get to play them in a whole new way. I get to play them in this whole new empowered state that not only feels great, but there's so many more tactics and strategies at play. There were tactics and strategies in Titanfall 1 Frontier Defense, to be sure. You had to memorize the waves, you had to memorize the spawn points, and while you're memorizing waves and spawn points, in Titanfall 2 Frontier Defense, there's so much more to consider. What you buy from the Armory, where you place your sentry turrets, your arc mines, whether or not you buy a battery to heal your Titan or heal an allied Titan or save that money for something else, what Titans you bring, how you bring that Titan, when is a good time to get out of your Titan and play around as a pilot, when do you have to focus on the Titan enemies, when do you have to focus on the minion enemies. While Frontier Defense can certainly be played casually, there's still that competitive, skill-based element in play, especially on the harder difficulties. There's a dumb, fun action game working alongside a thinking man's game. And in all honesty, while I love Titanfall 2 multiplayer, I love Titanfall 2 PvP, I've always preferred PvE, I've always preferred Horde modes, I've always preferred co-op. I've always preferred player versus AI. That's just the type of gamer I am. So while I love Titanfall 2, I'd be lying if I didn't say I had some matches where I went up against some players that were just so much better than me that there was nothing I could do, had some bad matches, got little to no kills, and I would just think to myself, God, I wish PvE was in the game, I wish co-op was in the game, I wish player versus AI was in the game, I wish Frontier Defense was in the game. Because sometimes you're having those days, you're having those moods where you just don't want to get your ass kicked while playing a video game. You want to do the ass kicking. And now with Titanfall 2 Frontier Defense, oh, there is now epic loads of ass kicking to be had. Now this is only the first. This is not the last video I'll be making on Frontier Defense. I fully intend of making a follow-up video once I have fully maxed out all my Titans Aegis ranks and finally played the harder difficulties, Master and Insane, because there is so much more to Titanfall 2's Frontier Defense than was expected. Respawn went above and beyond, and on top of that, the game mode only launched with 5 maps. They still have yet to add the rest of the maps into Frontier Defense, and the 5 maps they've already added so far have been excellent and so much fun to play on and so replayable, and this mode's only gonna get better and better once they add all the maps back in. So yeah, there's so much more to talk about when it comes to Frontier Defense. You can expect me to talk more about the mode in a follow-up video once I have maxed ranked all my Titans, played on the harder difficulties, and played on all the new maps that are eventually going to be added. Titanfall 2, now with Frontier Defense, a great video game, just became a perfect one. I'm so happy Frontier Defense is back, you have no idea. Anyways, that's been a video. I hope you liked the video. If you did indeed like the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps everybody involved in the video if you hit the like button. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the topic of this video? What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on Titanfall 2 Frontier Defense? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter and Facebook. If you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's always Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video, and I'll see you all later.